No mai haere mai ki Tauranga. Welcome into the Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre in Otago, Bay of Plenty. We are rolling on with the final round of the NZNBL, round 16. The Tauranga Whai tipping it off against the Otago Nuggets. And we start, as we always do, with the Rapid League, and plenty to play for one of these teams tonight. Hugh Baden here alongside Crystal Ledger-Walker. And Crystal, it's all about really the men in pink and blue tonight, the Tauranga Whai, who are fighting for their lives in this league and looking to do what they did last year and sneak into the top 6 thanks to points percentage.
Yeah, can they do it back-to-back? That'll be the question, and that is exactly why these franchises need to invest in their locals, because the Rapid League is where it is at, and it's going to be the difference. And
it is that Rapid League performance of 2026 for the Whai that has them in the hunt. They're currently second on the Rapid League standings. The Tuatara have locked that in, as they'll look to lock in much-needed NZNBL title for Tuatara in a few weeks' time. Meanwhile, the Nuggets, who have come with a skeleton roster, it's probably the best way to put it. They are locked into 5th place in the NZNBL. They can't go up, they can't go down. So we're going to see plenty of youth out there on display this evening, which could play nicely into the Whai's hands as we see the lineup for the Nuggets in this Rapid League game. Tyson Tatapiese, Patrick Jeunet-Tipene, Fred Oppenhaus, Zach McKenzie and Isaac Miller-Jose. And I would suggest that we're going to see a fair few of those names get some decent minutes in the NZNBL game in an hour's time as well, Crystal.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for this matchup, though, this first matchup we have, because we have some absolute bucket getters. When you talk about Tyson Tatapiese, you look on your screen and you see those names, Jet Thompson, Jaden Bazant, Xander Masters, even Cole Hopoi and Keani Saxon as well. You know, they can really score. So I think we're in for a good one. And
score is what Matt Lacey needs them to do this evening. The Whai play the Nuggets tonight, and then they go to Nelson and play the Giants on Saturday. It's not entirely in their hands. There's the Bulls, the Airs, the Jets are all going to have a say this final week on who gets into the top 6. But the Whai know 2 wins and 2 big wins will do them the world of good. Here's the Chemist Warehouse tout of the tape, which becomes a little irrelevant tonight given the Nuggets and what they're doing with their roster, but we know they're going to go out there and play hard. Anyone who's ever seen Coach Jeff Sparrow will know that he won't lie down and let his team lose at will. So it will be a good one tonight as we see the stats. And the Whai in their 2-tone pink number.
I know that's your favourite, Hugh.
It's right up there. It is right up there. And the Nuggets in their Dunedin City jersey.
Looking like the sun shining. I did not realise how bright these uniforms were until I saw them live right now.
I like the Dunedin nod instead of Otago. Match official Sam Pan, Sam McFadden, and Olivia Murray for this first bout. And we are about ready to get underway here in Tauranga. Wednesday night hoops.
All the fans starting to roll in for the last Whai home game.
And it's Keani Saxon who wins the tip, and it goes back to Jet Thompson. So another strong Rapid League season.
Now, it's interesting looking at the Nuggets run this 2-3 zone, having both of their taller post players at the top.
That 3-ball doesn't go, fighting for that hot boy. Jet Thompson's turn for a 3 from the corner. Another offensive board, so strong start on the board. Eventually, the Nuggets bring it down through Zach McKenzie. Thompson causing trouble him. Here's Pat Jeunet-Tipene, from a popular member of the Nuggets squad since his inclusion towards the start of the season. McKenzie puts it on the floor, driving at Masters, bit of contact, no whistle, bucket counts. And the first point's on the board for the Nuggets.
Great patience by McKenzie to wait for his team to clear out and go play make inside.
Thompson around the Saxon screen, no look pass to his running mate Masters in the corner. Highest three-point percentage in the NBL, and it's on display right there as he gets his first one to drop.
You're right, he has a really good percentage, and this is a dangerous game the Nuggets are playing, sitting in that 2-3 zone.
I don't have the stats to hand of how many of Xander Masters' buckets have been assisted by Jet Thompson, but just anecdotally, I'd say most of them.
Honestly, the way Jet Thompson runs this Rapid League squad for the Phi, the way he dishes out the ball, the way he play makes, really unselfish, but knows also when to pick his moments and go get his own as well.
Averaging over 9 points is Jet in Rapid League in 2026. As Fred Oppenhaus misses his first free throw. Scan that QR code on your screen. Get ready for the next season coming your way. GJ Gardner-Holmes, Toihi, Basketball Aotearoa.
And if you are a Phi fan watching from home, you see Jet Thompson unselfishly kick it out again to give up an even better look. Back inside, good assist by Masters. But sorry, as that schedule went off your screen, if you're a Phi fan from home, you absolutely should have scanned that and locked in, because the females are the defending Tauihi League champions.
Both fans of the Phi and the Nuggets got representative teams in Tauihi as well, with the Southern Hoi Hawk. That's a Paese, 2 on the shot clock. Puts his head down. Xander Masters, though, wins that battle with a block. Deep in the key. Thompson again, 2 feet in the paint, gets the pass off. Miller Jose chases Xander Masters off the three-point line, so he takes 2 instead.
Xander Masters back in the mix after 3-on-3 New Zealand duties, and his confidence, scoring ability looks renewed.
Foul call, Xander Masters with a cheeky grin and a hand up. Called for the push on Tyson Tatapaisi. Zant and Saxon take seats. Josh Kelly.
Let's have another look.
Come in.
Sorry, Hugh, at Xander Masters just getting into that lane, and the beautiful lefty floater.
Here's Jone Tiffany. Almost losing possession up against Jet Thompson. Great challenge for young Pat Jone Tiffany. And there he is, contorting himself in the air, almost getting the bucket. Or go to the Chemist Warehouse to shoot 2. The Māori Meat Rocket. It's been named by his teammates.
Can you say that again?
The Māori Meat Rocket.
Māori Meat Rocket.
Yeah, it's
what
an Ethan,
a name.
It's an Ethan Rushbatch-ism. But it just, I think, speaks to his popularity since joining the crew down in Otago. Averaging 5.5 points.
Hey, you've got to be honoured when the captain starts giving you nicknames. You're clearly doing something right.
That was his debut as well. And Ethan said it on the pre-game interview.
And how about the signature around the back, getting into his free throw routine?
The long flowing locks as well. Jet Thompson on the hot boy screen, looks to drop it off. Read well by Isaac Miller Jose. Former Wellington Saint. And Zach McKenzie, a former member of the Phi. Back in the old hometown. Here's Thompson again, just penetrating that zone, finding the pass. This time Masters doesn't get it to go, but Kelly comes up with the board. Pass fake from Thompson, wide open 3, and he takes all of them.
Man, had enough time to make a cup of coffee out there before he took that shot.
Tippinate driving. Miller Jose 3-ball, rattles that one in.
All 5 of these Nuggets players have that ability to step out, shoot that 3, and stretch the floor.
20 seconds to go in this first quarter. Can confirm the score is 10-6. In favour of the Phi. Jet Thompson, again, just cruising into the lane. Oh, Josh Kelly cleaning up the mess.
Once again, another great take by Jet Thompson. He saw Josh Kelly on that weak side, knew he had a good rebounding position, went up strong. Tyson Tatapaese unable to make that deep 3 to finish the quarter.
12-6 the score after a quarter of action. The Phi need all the points they can get to keep the pressure on for that top 6 finish, which could go any number of ways over the next few days. Meanwhile, the Nuggets locked into 5th.
This Whai Rapid League squad, they were right in the mix to take the championship, just missed out to the Tuatara, who were also very strong. But what I like about both the Whai squad, the Tuatara squad, is they have a good mix of experience, guys that have been away, been on the pro scene a little bit, and then some real young talent coming through that bring that revitalized energy. Speaking of something that can get your energy going, were you waiting to see what my segue was?
The large Nonna pizza from our friends at Sal's. $35, valid until 31st of July. Scan that QR code or use the online code Sal's Basketball 26.
Not much basketball left this season. What a code. Not going to be many more of those floating around.
Here is Ethan Raspach, out with a foot injury. But here is an assistant coach, as is Craig Moller, out with a hamstring injury.
Okay, so one assistant coach, one assistant coach.
I think you've got to put those injuries in quotation marks at this point in the season. I don't think anyone's blaming anyone, but let's call a spade. They're locked into fifth, the Nuggets. So get some basketball into some other leagues ahead of the playoffs. Just tipping their hands off to McKenzie. Tucks it under his arms, takes some contact, and there is a whistle. Second foul on Jet Thompson. That's the play SE calls to the Oppenhouse screen and gets it. Looking for an option, finding one in McKenzie. Pulls up over Kelly. Saxon with the rebound. Zan, twinkle toes, just keeps in the court. Three ball. Off the back line from Rapson. Saxon comes down with the offensive board. Thompson surveys his options. 4 on the shot clock. Driving, reverse layup finish, doesn't go. Pinballs around, and the Nuggets will eventually get possession. A couple of looks there for young Flynn Rapson, called into the team with Michael Wade out. It's a relatively late scratch this afternoon.
Clearly ready to go, though. I loved that he tried to get in the paint, get a close look, could have settled for the three. As we see Tyson Tatsupaese draw the foul. Now, I feel like it's kind of an honour we're seeing Tyson Tatsupaese play Rapid League. He's had some starts, he's been in and out of Rapid League, but he is the all-time Rapid League most points scorer. What do you have to do to be named like the king of Rapid League? Because he's beating everyone by 100 points.
Yeah, the king of Rapid League. That's tough. I need to see the stats. The Nuggets haven't won it.
Oh, I think, yeah, and you're right. Every other
you
team
need some
that's
rings
above.
there. Bazant driving, making that look easy up with his preferred left and finishing off the glass.
JB said, you're talking about Kings MVPs of this league?
Isaac Miller-Jose, I think, playing rapidly for the first time this season. There's the three ball. Tiffany from the corner. Fair bit of a family in attendance for Pat Jeunet-Tiffany this evening, so that one will go down well. Kelly with the screen, gets it back from Rapson. Nice two-man play on the pick and roll from Kelly and Rapson.
Beautiful play by Josh Kelly. They've missed him a few times. His seals inside. As we see Zach McKenzie, big body go to work, get his own board. Not quite the N1, but will go to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line nonetheless. Have another look at it, just sticks with it, and that is what happens when you have a height advantage.
Averaging 8 and 5 in 2026. Zach McKenzie. Like that little tartan nod on the shoulders of the Nuggets jersey.
Yeah, I'm feeling both of these uniform designs.
Top boy back to Rapson. Ball movement, body movement really from the Whai so far in this possession. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock as Jet Thompson goes, I'll take it. My turn to get one up. And then he gets the three ball to drop.
punishing. That is his second three of the night. The Whai did not get a paint touch at all, but really worked it around, made the move. Tyson Tatapaese just made Rapson move.
Thompson and the hot boy screen. This time he opts for the running floater and he gets 2 points. Starting to cook out there, Jet Thompson.
I just spoke about Tyson Tatapaese being all-time.
Laying it out there. Sorry, Crystal, who's Kelly going through the contact. That bucket belongs to Flynn Rapson and his work at midcourt.
Oh, sorry, I was just going back to that all-time leading scorer list. Jet Thompson is on there. As much as he's been past first, as we see Tyson Tatapaese just continue to light it up.
Oh, Masters, beautiful Nova pass into Hot Boy, who does the rest.
Now this Whai squad's been running their subs fast. They've had people come in and out. The Nuggets still running with the same group.
I can tell you why that is, Crystal. As Miller Jose puts down the one-hander slam. The Nuggets have no one on the bench for this Rapid League. They are running 5 deep, unashamedly, and sitting in a zone to protect those legs and lungs for all 16 minutes.
They said, we're all we've got and we're all we need. Kick out for the Whai.
Oh, just as time was going to expire, would have been a beautiful end to a first half that has belonged to the Tauranga Whai. They lead 25-18 at half-time in the Rapid League contest. So not for the first time tonight. I think we should explain just what the heck is going on in this final week and what people need to look out for and why points percentage is so important with this time. And by explain, I mean do our best to explain.
Okay, I'll tell you when I'm not following anymore for everyone else at home.
I'll let you look at the Chemist Warehouse points as we talk through it. The Jets currently own the 6th position. They are 7-12 with 1 game left against the Bulls. They're one of 3 teams who can finish on 8 wins, alongside the Franklin Bulls and, as we see in front of us tonight, the Tauranga Whai.
Okay.
The difference is the Jets just have 1 game left and gets against the Bulls. The Bulls have 2 games because they also have to play the Rams away in Canterbury.
Okay.
Make of that what
Tough.
you will. The Whai have got this game against an understrength Nuggets tonight, and then they go and take on the Giants on Saturday night. By the time they get to the Giants, it's 2 scenarios. It could be absolutely all on for both those teams, and we could be in for a treat of a final game, or the Giants could know they're out and they'll be playing for pride.
Okay.
In front of a sold-out Trafalgar Centre, so I'm not saying they're going to lie down, but this could be all on for that game, and it could be phenomenal. The Giants and the Airs can only finish on 7 wins, so those are very much 2 teams that need a lot of stuff to go their way in the rest of this week. So the Whai, in a sense, still have their destiny in their own hands because they have a good points percentage compared to all those other teams we just mentioned, apart from the Giants. They have the best points percentage, which is the one and only tiebreaker, which is essentially points differential, just with a slightly different equation, but it essentially lines up to just points difference. So the Whai, Matt Lacey, will know, just win, and win as big as we can tonight and Saturday, and we're a very good chance of making it in.
When I spoke to him before the game, he said, we're already in playoff mode, you know, and that is exactly why. But that makes sense. Thank you, Hugh. I followed that. Must have been a good explanation.
There's more my rehearsal, and then we'll do it again when the NZNBL game starts. Here's Jet Thompson stepping into 3 to get the 3rd quarter underway. How about Jet Thompson? Night already cooking. Is Jet up to 11 points. 4 for 6 from the field. Here's 3 for 4 from beyond the arc as Tyson Tatapaese. It's a messy dribble, but keeps it. Only to hand it over to Fred Oppenhaus, who loses it. Thompson coming up with the steal. Doing it at both ends. Jet Thompson, Rapson. He loses it. Tippene comes away with it.
Rapson had the right idea, was trying to get that throwback pass, but missed it. Jenny Tippene, how good has he been going through the body and getting himself close to the rim?
Bazant. His typically languid style. Jet Thompson, heat check. That one a little off to the right. McKenzie does well to tap the rebound to a teammate. Miller Jose sees a bit of daylight, shoots it high off the back iron. Thompson with the board.
You can see the Whai trying to push the pace early in the shot clock, see if they can get anything easy while the D's not set. Otherwise, straight back in to something that works like that.
From Rapson to Saxon. He gets the hoop and the harm, and we'll go to the line to shoot one more.
Now, Saxon has come in kind of late in the season to this Whai squad. I want to say Whai have been right up there for one of the best teams of making in-season adjustments, finding players, you know, or filling roles that they need filled, and bringing in the likes of County Saxon and Zach Rosetto, who can help plug some gaps.
Well, they've got a couple of things on their side in that regard. Geography, I think. Tauranga is a pretty cool place to come and spend some time if you're a young man looking to shoot some hoops. They've got pretty good proximity to some big centres. Waikato don't have a team, but they've got a lot of ballers. Need somewhere to play. Auckland.
Yes, we do have a lot of ballers, period.
Auckland, you know, got big population, a lot of basketball schools, only a couple of teams to fill, so Tauranga in a great place to pick up some of those as well.
Right.
The other thing I mentioned is Matt Lacey, who is a draw card for this young crew with the roles he holds in the, has held in the age grade space in New Zealand, and now with the Breakers.
Yes, and we've seen that play out with Anzac Rosetto just signing there. But also with Matt Lacey, he's aware of who's on the radar, who's around, who's in what season. And that helps when you have a coach that's, you know, really got his feet on the ground here.
Absolutely. He's coached a lot of these guys through various age grades and various cities and rep teams. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Tatapayasi drives, takes some contact. And Bazant, no whistle, play on. 10-point lead to the Whai. Here's their captain, Jaden Bazant. You can't give him that space. There's that high arcing three that touches nothing but nylon.
His family must be close. Gave a little look over to the sideline and celebrated that three, ball going down.
Tiffany loses that one nice and high, taps it back to Tatapayasi. Step back mid-ranger from Tyson. Good box out from Xander Masters. Creates an easier rebound for County Saxon. Here he is on the other end. 3-ball. This time McKenzie comes down with it.
All of these bigs out on the floor so versatile. How about Zach McKenzie? Spin cycle and the flush.
Zach McKenzie turning it on for the Nuggets. He's up to 8 points, 5 rebounds. Out of bounds, and that'll be 5 possessions. Thompson, Kelly come back into the game.
Having a look at that beautiful move and great elevation to put it down.
He's an athlete. Here's Zach McKenzie. Kelly takes off from the inbound. It's his turn to put an exclamation mark in the building with 30 seconds to go in this third quarter.
How good has Josh Kelly been this season, year 13 out of Mount Maunganui College alongside Cole Hopoi. They've been a fun duo to watch.
And we have seen Josh Kelly just, I mean, that was a loud play, but we've seen him just put some really quiet stat lines together. Oh, Zach McKenzie with the grimace after the bank three. They all count, young man. Clock winding down. Well, Kelly had the last say. He had the look. He misses the bunny, but they still have a 10-point lead, the Whai, after 3 quarters of action in the Rapid League.
Have another look. That's pretty good defense. They almost high-fived after that shot went down. But just, that's what happens when you're just feeling good. Zach McKenzie threw it down one way, got in his bag the other, and lines it up.
A Wednesday night withdrawal from the bank for Zach McKenzie. It's the 5 Nuggets with no subs in the Rapid League tonight. Talk it over. Leading the way for them is Zach McKenzie. He's got 11 points. Isaac Miller-Jose with 5. Tyson Tatapayasi with 5. McKenzie rolling with 6 rebounds as well.
It's really that rebounding battle right now with the Nuggets sitting in that zone. You know, you do give up rebounds sometimes. You don't have one person that you know you're going to box out. It's kind of a mix, and the Tauranga Whai doing a great job of crashing the boards. They have 7 offensive rebounds in this match already.
So sharing the ball beautifully, the fight. 8 assists to 2. Fourth quarter underway. Pat Tipene fires it over to Tyson Tatapaese. He thought about pulling up from the elbow. Jet Thompson left his man looking for the rebound. Gets away with it as Miller Jose misses the 3 ball. Kelly, the handoff to Thompson. Good hand from Miller Jose. Means the Whai have to reset with 10 to go on the shot clock. Masters pulls up from mid-range. Beautiful looking move from Xander Masters.
That is pretty. I've just spoken about his overseas experiences and the confidence that's given him getting into his shots and spots, as we see Journey Tipene with a great response.
That was a pure looking jump shot from Pat Journey Tipene. Repson, shovel pass into Kelly, who finishes it off.
Repson, another young local talent out of the area.
Thompson with the dig, forcing McKenzie to pass. Oppenheis steps on the outline. Two minutes 45 to go in this rapidly battle. The Whai will be wanting to inflate this score. Here's Repson, give and go, and they get back from Kelly, back to Thompson. Screen from Hopoi. Thompson leaves a little bit short from the mid-range. Tatapaese comes away with it.
Cole Hopoi deserves some credit for the great screens he's setting at the top of that zone. Jet Thompson trying to D up, but called for the poke behind.
Third foul on Jet. We're just over 2 minutes to go. Shout out to Pat Journey Tipene's lid. It is some well-maintained locks.
He's got some highlights in there. Got it going on. Tyson Tatapaese.
Speaking of getting it going on, the all-time lead scorer rapidly adds 3 more to the ledger. Repson fires over to Masters in front of the Nuggets bench. Thompson puts up a deep 3. He's going to scramble for the attempted ball, but it goes out of bounds. So just a glimmer of hope here for a Nuggets team that has trailed by at least 6 almost this entire game. Trail now by 8. You have a bit of a dry spell for the Whai. Tipene going one way, going the other. And just not getting the finish. Masters coming away with it.
Yeah, great footwork on that move. Thompson looking to set it up.
Nuggets have strung together a few stops. Oh, what a find. You can't stop that. Beautiful pass from Thompson to Kelly in the dunker spot. And he does just that.
Kelly looking bouncy down that end of the floor.
Tatapaese, contested 3. Kelly with the rebound. Minute to go. 10-point lead to the fight. Thompson high off the glass, adds to it once the whistle doesn't get it.
He was right in the Bardican official's face on that finish. Tough take off the glass, nice and high.
McKenzie looking for an option, realising he might be the best option right here. At least the banked one a little off. So it's the Nuggets who are on a dry spell to finish this one. Masters catch and shoot from the Thompson pass. A little strong. Miller Jose going the other way. Foul.
Oh, and they are going to call that, and did they call that intentional or just a hold? Just a hold.
Yeah.
That was a smart foul by the Fire to slow them down, let their defense reset.
Tipping tapped away from Rapson. This is the Nuggets team who, like we say, aren't playing for anything as a club. This is individuals out there. We're playing for extra minutes and personal pride and stats, but I don't think tonight we're going to see too many BNZ player timeouts from the Nuggets. So McKenzie puts up a three, and a good-looking one at that. The Fire, on the other hand, they do have stuff to play for.
Yeah, absolutely. But also these, Nuggets players, they're going to play big minutes in the Sal's NBL game, as we see that McKenzie three again on screen. So the likes of McKenzie, Tyson Tatapaiasi, they'll want to be getting their shots going in this game, get themselves warm, because they know they're going to have a big role to play in the next one.
Shout out to BNZ for the work they've done with us throughout this season. Tickets to the big game are all gone now. More than 6,600 fans from school groups, sports teams, community organisations have made it to Sal's NBL games thanks to the Ticket to the Big Game promo. So a huge thank you to BNZ for helping bring more fans closer to our game as Thompson's three is off. That'll do us for the Rapid League. And you'll probably say mission accomplished for the Phi. Another 9 points to the Ledger, and they will lock in second spot in the Rapid League with their impressive young squad. Now the attention turns to the Sal's NBL game. Can Matt Lacey's crew do a similar thing? A win, and a healthy one at that. As we see the Chemist Warehouse stats.
Yeah, as we look through these, the Nuggets, everyone registered on the score sheet bar one. The Tauranga Whai, Jet Thompson absolutely led this squad, doing it all, 13 points. He didn't register all the assists, but he had a lot of hockey assists, as we like to say, that assist before the assist moments that led to his team having a dominant performance. Then also Josh Kelly, how good was he off the bench? He had 12 points, some impressive throwdowns, and just some great reads off the ball as well. And then there's that last category, the steals, those players racking up a few there. That'll do us for Rapid League, and this is where the business really goes down, this next Sal's NBL game.
And it's really all about the Tauranga Whai and just how many points they can pile onto the Nuggets tonight. Now this Nuggets side, yep, under strength, but they're not going to go without a fight. They didn't travel all this way just to lie down and have a bad time of it. So we'll see how it goes down in 27 minutes. We'll be back with round 16 of the Sal's NBL between the Tauranga Whai and the Otago Nuggets at 7 o'clock here on Sky Sports. See you then.
time to introduce our players. The Vindicating Games before you know what the story is. Right, starting with the visiting team, the Otago Whai. Starting with the beach, in number 8. Number 17, Isaac Otago. Number 18, ZNBL. Number 1, Tauranga Whai. Number 14, Freaking Open Wings. Number 24, Patrick Junior Team. And the starting team for the Otago Nuggets. And number 4, Oak Hizzle. And number 5, Wayne Twat. Number 9, Harry Business. Number 13, Captain Alan Green. Number 10, Kane Swimer. And coach, head coach is Jeff Sparrow. Assistant coach, Brian Rowley. Captains, the Otago Nuggets team. Right, 5 fans, you know what time it is? If you've got a friend in the house, pull your phones out, turn the lights on. Here we go.
In the immortal words of Europe, it's the final countdown. The last round of the NZNBL regular season for 2026 begins tonight here in Tauranga between the Whai and the Otago Nuggets. And there is plenty to play for one of these teams. And it is the team that suits up on their home court. And the team on your screen right there. Kia ora, a very good evening to you. Hugh Baden here alongside Crystal Legend Walker. So we get ready for the final showdown in the regular season. Crystal, we've got a skeleton nugget crew, an understrength nugget crew that's made its way up the country, locked into 5th place, as we'll see shortly on the ladder. And a Whai team with it all to play for to get into that 6th spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
93% of our fans at home think the Nuggets are going to take this win. What do you think? Do you agree? Scan that QR code. Get in on the vote. I know some people in here are feeling a little bit different about the way that vote is going. You see, as just mentioned, with Rusvich, Mola out, some big pieces in terms of scoring and leadership. We'll see who can step up for the Nugget squad. And it helps when you have the Rapid League all-time scorer, 500 plus points, Tyson Tatapaiese in the mix. And the likes that can light it up like him.
Well, there's a couple of players who are missing. Craig Moller on the left of your screen, Ethan Rusvich in the beanie in the middle of your screen. And the ever animated coach Jeff Sparrow with his back to us. When you talk about an understrength Nuggets team, and we will talk about that a lot tonight, there's a coach who will not let a team lie down easily. As we see the standings, so the Nuggets are locked into 5th spot. They can't go up, they can't go down. They are in 5th spot come the playoffs next week. The Jets currently hold the highly coveted 6th spot. And I mean highly coveted, because as we switch to the next page, you'll see the Bulls, the Whai, the Giants and the Airs. Well, they all have claims to that spot, and it's the next few days in the NZNBL that'll decide who gets that final playoff spot. It was the Whai this time last year who snuck in on points percentage, Crystal. They'll look to do the same this year. To do that, they need a win tonight and a win against the Giants on Saturday, and a couple of other things to go their way. The best thing they can do is win, and win big. And here are those upcoming fixtures. Hawks, Saints. Saints playing for position in the top 4 there. The Jets and the Bulls, a massive one. The Jets a chance to get to 8 wins and really set their stall for that 6th spot against the Bulls. The Bulls looking to do something similar with an extra game. Saints Sharks, as the Sharks look to lock in top spot from the capital city Saturday afternoon. And then the Giants in action from the Trafalgar Centre in Nelson against the Whai. The Giants just sitting and waiting for those games to happen to see where their season lies. And they may have the final say on Saturday night against the Whai.
Yeah, I'm sure they're locked in and got their popcorn ready, waiting for this match to unfold. Yeah, other than, the Hawks locked in their spot and the Nuggets, everyone else is fighting for positions, even at the top of the ladder. We're soon to see how that will play out as well.
So there's your starting lineup for the Otago Nuggets. Oak Chisholm, Boy Tuck, Harry Bazette, Caleb Smiler, Alan Louis. So a fair few changes from the usual Nuggets we're used to seeing. Let's hear all about it from Coach Jeff Sparrow.
Here with head coach Jeff Sparrow of the Otago Nuggets. Obviously a little bit of changes to your roster tonight. Can you just give us an update on that?
Yeah, we have some guys banged up end of the year, unfortunately. So we're trying to make sure that everybody's fully recovered for the playoff push. So a couple guys banged up, but a few guys will step up, and it's a great opportunity to see what they can do on the court.
Yeah, and you have secured a playoff spot. What is, the mindset, and what's really, have you been training keys for your team, I guess what I'm trying to say? Yeah,
I just think it's an everyday thing for us. No matter if this was game 20, game 1, 6 a.m., 6 p.m., we're trying to be as competitive as possible. That's the expectations. That's the standard of the culture that we've set. So we want to attack these guys. We know obviously that Tane Murray is somebody you have to acknowledge everywhere on the court, but they're loaded. They're a good basketball team, a different basketball team than when we first played them. So.
Yeah, and I know you're a big coach with an emphasis on defense. What was your defensive plan tonight going against the likes of Tane Murray and Ruben Terangi?
Yeah, I just think our pickup points, You know, obviously making sure you understand where they are on the court at all times. But Rosetto throws a kind of a wrench in things as well as a bigger post player. So we have our hands full. We have to do what we do, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah, and can you give me any keys to your guys' game tonight to try to get this win?
Yeah, I just think we have to continue to pop it, move it, reverse it, share the basketball. When we're at our best, we have 4 or 5 guys in double figures, and we're an unpredictable offense that runs a lot of stuff. So execution in the half court, but keeping it hot is very important for us.
Yeah, awesome. And is there anyone else or anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to my mom and dad. They wake up at 3 a.m. every game day to watch us in Pennsylvania. I love you guys. You guys are the reason why I'm able to live out this dream. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Awesome. Shout out Pennsylvania. Good luck for the game.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Well, that's lovely. Nice shout out to mum and dad back home in Pennsylvania. The intensity is always there from Coach Sparrow, no matter what's on the line.
Hey, good morning to his parents. If you're locked in, ready and watching.
Here is the starting 5 for the Tauranga Whai. Next stoddard, Tane Murray coming off a 44-piece, the highest score in Whai history last week against the Saints. Ruben Tarangi and Jordan Ngatai will be key, as they always are, and big Anzac Rosetto. So 4 really strong leading Kiwis out there for Coach Matt Lacey.
Here with head coach Matt Lacey, just give us a little breakdown of what this past week has looked like for you guys.
Yeah, well, obviously off the back of the Saints game, obviously a close loss there, and yeah, just reviewing that and taking the learnings. Obviously a big week for us. This one here tonight versus the Nuggets, and then we go and play the Giants. So, yeah, our playoff basketball has arrived early, so we're up for it.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. What's the vibe been like in the team? Obviously playoffs are on your mind.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think, you know, we've got a good group. You know, a good group of guys that are willing to play together and back each other. And I think, you know, we've had our ups and downs, no doubt, but to be at this stage of the season where we're at on the table, but I think with still a level of confidence about us is pleasing.
And you lost against the Nuggets the last time you played them, but a lot of changes both ways tonight. What's the game plan going in?
Yeah, look, I mean, they're disruptive, they're energized. I mean, their coach has done a great job of maxing out their group, and you know, I think we've got to be ready for a variety of things. You know, a group tonight that we haven't necessarily seen a lot of together, so you know, it gives us an opportunity more to focus on ourselves heading into this one.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Good luck for the game.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Coach Lacey knows what is at stake tonight and on Saturday, but it is one game at a time when it comes to this stage in the season, and it starts this evening, round 16, between the Whai and a Nuggets side. It's going to get a fair few extra minutes as we see Crystal, the Chemist Warehouse, head to head.
Yeah, let's check out some of these stats. What's stacking out to me is the defense. Will the Nuggets be able to keep up that defensive intensity without Ethan Ruspich and Mola out there? They're the third best in limiting teams at scoring, but when you have someone like Tane Murray, like you just said, coming off a 44-piece game, you've got to lock him down, and especially when he's with Ruben Tarangi and the likes of Jordan Ngatai, who can absolutely pop off as well. Boy Tuach is going to be big for the Nuggets on the offensive side of things in this matchup. He averages 16 points per game, but we know how dangerous he can get, especially in offensive transition. If he can get loose, things could look good for this Nuggets squad. But yeah, it's really on the defense, and can they shut down the shooters that the Whai have?
Super cute little ball presenter gets us underway. There's also Christian Martin, who's not here for the Nuggets, out playing 3x3. Toby Hunt, who's ill. Matt Bardsley, who is a key cog for them.
Absolutely.
Whether it lights up the stat sheet or not, he isn't here either. And it's the Whai who control the tip through Nick Stoddart. The Whai who've made a couple of changes themselves in recent weeks. Nick Tata not here anymore, lasting almost all the season.
It's their second import they let go, and what a way to start the game. Back cut for Tane Murray, who's guarded or ran off that three-point line. Starts with an exclamation mark.
He had the stanchion shaking already. Alan Louis against Jordan Nartai. 3-ball left short from Oak Chisholm.
Now we see a lot of strategy.
And there it is. There it is,
Right.
the immediate change from Coach Sparrow as Boytok and Alan Louis head to the bench, and Zach McKenzie and Tyson Tatapeasi come into the game. Now, just to explain that, they needed 5 for Rapid League, and imports aren't allowed to play Rapid League, so you can clearly see Coach Jeff Sparrow's priorities tonight, and that's protect his starting 5.
Right, and they've only travelled with the 10. We see Ruben Terangi taking advantage of his size and strength down low. Great spin move to get himself to the rim.
You mentioned that defensive stat. I think it was the Nuggets keeping their teams to 86, roughly 86 points per game. The doctor of defense is probably a little something to do with that, right? Coach Sparrow long had that nickname from his time coaching in his native America and then into Australia, and now here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, known for his defensive capabilities as a coach.
That and his intensity on the sideline. You can already hear him yelling adjustments in this game. So when Tyson Tatapeasi just got posted up there, you could see him say bump early, give him space, and then try to react after that. Don't let him feel your body and work off it.
And that's exactly what I mean when I mentioned that the Nuggets aren't going to lie down tonight. Yep, they're going to play some of their younger members of their roster and protect their frontline guys as Chisholm's 3-ball doesn't go. But you bet they're going to have the same intensity that they would if those guys were out there. Just minus the experience. Nartai looks to drop it into Rossetto. Big Anzac Rossetto. And he had the mismatch. And he made the most of it. He'll go to the line for one more.
Anzac Rossetto hunting another championship this year. Have a look at him. Nice deep seal on the smaller guard. And how about the celebration to stamp it off?
It's the friendly roll, and it's a 6-0 lead to the fight. Oh, Tatapeasi almost loses his footing. Recovers, puts up a 3-ball over Stoddard and gets it to drop.
Hey, there's strategy going on all over this game for the Nuggets. Bringing them in early. Tyson Tatapeasi got warm in Rapid League. But also, they know they're locked into the playoffs. So it's great that they can get the reps.
Oh, I don't mind it at all from Coach Sparrow. You'll see what he's doing as Stoddard puts up a deep 3. That one's hits it from the mount. And he gets all of them.
Nick Stoddard actually had his best game, scoring-wise, versus the Nuggets the last time they matched up. He had 24 points in that outing.
What about Tame Murray's 44 against the Saints, and a losing effort against a really strong Saints team who had a lot to play for. Got 44 points, not to be sniffed at. A new fire record, overtaking Mojave Kings, 38. Tarangi going route 1, back to Stoddard, 3-ball. This one he leaves short. There's Rossetto. He's going to have all the mismatches he desires tonight. Even Zach McKenzie, who's got the height, certainly doesn't have the strength to match Rabin Anzac, as we have a timeout from Coach Sparrow.
I mean, mismatches and against 3 Nuggets players. Have a look, 3 blue jerseys around. Does not matter for Anzac Rossetto. He's feeling good to start this game.
Scan the QR code on screen and tuck into the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa schedule for 2026. Exciting rosters, exciting times as that league goes from strength to strength.
Absolutely. Scan that, save the dates. If you're a Southern Hoiho fan or a Tauranga Whai fan, both have exciting rosters coming up. Tauranga Whai, obviously reigning champs on the women's side. So make sure you get out and support your team.
Coach Matt Lacey spent a bit of time in Tauihi when it first started as general manager of the Northern Kahu.
Yes, he was. been all around the league. Had a lot of different roles in the basketball space, but I think his true love really does fall with the coaching hat. So good to see him trying to make a playoff push this season.
So he gets underway 26th of September when the mainland Poakai take on the Southern Hoi Hawk from Okatahi.
A little bit of rivalry to start the league.
McKenzie, he puts up a three ball off the back iron. Tarangi slaps it away, but only as far as Caleb Smiler. That's a Paesi going to work, and Stoddart fires it back out. Smiler again. Ngatai prevents his three. Not the third time, though. Stoddart comes away with the rebound.
Caleb Smiler feeling comfortable being a little closer to home. Born and raised in Waikato.
There's going to be able to work on Zach McKenzie. A lot of contact, no whistle. And Zach bounces around, not happy with his finish. McKenzie goes the other way. Clear path for Zach McKenzie, and he throws it down.
How good has Zach McKenzie been? That's where his strength lies in that matchup. His speed, his quickness, and ability to put it on the floor. Jordan Ngatai can't respond.
Free ball goes over the backboard, out of bounds. Bazant and Saxon come in for the fight. Stoddart and Rossetto take a break. See McKenzie here. Blow by Rossetto. A little too easy. Bit of token pressure there for the fight.
That's been another point of problems, I would say, for the fight is the foul trouble that the bigs can get in, especially Rossetto and Saxton. Rossetto's fouled out of 2 games this season, and he's only been in for the later part. Zach McKenzie starting to feel good.
He's going to work on a 60-time tall black and coming away with the lollies that time. Saxon hands it off to Murray. McKenzie getting his hand in there. Another physical game, Zach McKenzie. Step back from Tay Murray, runners around and drops in.
Tay Murray's like, made that, and I had 3 fouls you could have called on that move. Good defense by McKenzie, though, to make it a really tough shot.
Smiler faking the dribble handoff. And we'll go to the line, shoot 2. We'll go to the sideline. It's inbounded, actually, as the foul was called on the floor. And Sander Masters is going to check in for the fight. Jordan Ngatai takes a rest. You mentioned Ethan Rasbach. He's here as an assistant coach capacity for the Nuggets on their bench tonight. Out with a foot injury. And up against one of the few teams he hasn't represented in the South NBL.
I was wondering where you were going with that, but yes.
This is the Nuggets are his 6th franchise.
Well, the fight did come on the, they did come to the scene a little bit late too.
Yeah, that's fair. He's got plenty of time left. He's, he's only 34.
Right, never say never.
And Tarangi off a nice find from Jaden Bazant. Oh, Rasbach spent time at the Sharks' ears when they were the Mountaineers. Rams, Hawks, Bulls.
Yep.
A fantastic season at the Hawke's Bay Hawks. 2021. That propelled him into a Breakers role, into a Tall Blacks role. Saxon comes down with the rebound after the Tatapaesi miss. 15-11, the Fire lead, midway point of the first quarter. And so far, Zach McKenzie almost effects a turnover. Masters, though, drives. Let's come off as Mellon. Pat Tepine into the game.
Tepine with some pace and energy off the bench. Chisholm still unable to connect.
Jeff Sparrow is full of voice, as he always is.
He's locked in.
Bazant, high arcing 3, drains it from the wing.
Jaden Bazant has been having one of his more quieter seasons, I would say, this year, but still averaging just under 9 points per game and can absolutely knock it down from all 3 levels.
Chisholm looking for an option, finding one in Smiler. Here's McKenzie, he's been active early. Fakes the handoff a couple of times, puts the ball on the floor, gets to his left side over Saxon, gets the hoop, gets the arm, goes to the line for one more.
Hey, Zach McKenzie's out here trying to rock the boat for this Whai squad. Have a look at him going to work on Saxon down low. And he's one that started earlier this season for the Nuggets. Obviously, the Nuggets, another team that brought in some late recruits with Craig Moller, made some changes throughout the season. But Zach McKenzie, his role has changed for this team over the course of the year.
McKenzie makes the extra point and is replaced by Fred Oppenhaus. And Coach Sparrow will be pretty happy with what he's seen so far. Screen from Rossetto. Stoddard go around. Oppenhaus with the good defense. Rossetto cleaning it up though, putting it up with his right. Another offensive ball this time. Hopoi, and here he gets a three-point play opportunity.
And now in this position, we saw the Nuggets go to a zone. We saw them run this in Rapid League, and this is where the Whai really were able to stretch out their lead. The rebounds, the offensive rebounds, getting in gaps, getting extra looks on it. Set it in that game, but that is an area you're vulnerable in when you sit in a defensive zone.
Gets the extra one. Here's Tiffany. Harry Bazette into the game as well for the Nuggets as Oak Chisholm gets ready to check back in. Pushing the pace the other way. Hopoi. Foul.
Cole Hopoi. Such a great young rising star. At Mampunganui College, year 13. He just plays with no fear, the way he attacks the rim. Just really unfazed by anyone that's in front of him or the resume that they carry.
That was the second foul on Caleb Smiler, who heads to the bench. Hopper leaves the second one short. Zet comes down with the rebound. Chisholm fires it over Tiffany. Almost up to go under Stoddart there. Somehow keeps the rock. Drops it off to Thetapaese. Oppenhaus put off from going up in the shadow of Anzac Rossetto, and the Whai come away with a turnover. And what a find from Xander Masters to a marauding Cole Hopoi.
This makes it look so easy. A great kick ahead by the Whai.
Tiffany thought about the three. Rosette back to Chisholm. He does shoot the three. Leaves it a little flat. Rossetto with the board. This is almost rapidly paced, this game, Crystal.
It really is. Spoken about that points difference. And what's on the line for the Whai? Masters from deep.
And Matt Lacey will know the entirety of this roster, this team out now on the court for the Nuggets. Just played 16 minutes of Rapid League, pretty much. Thetapaese drives all the way to the hoop. Can't get the finish. Will go to the line to shoot two.
Tyson Thetapaese really introduced himself with the Jets. Just some outstanding games, scoring capability, gets it done in multiple different ways, and that time you see him on screen going straight through Stoddart's body to draw that foul, go to the Chemist Warehouse.
I mean, this is an awesome opportunity for him. Go up against an American point guard and Nick Stoddart, or Tane Murray, whoever's on the court, and prove that he's ready for more NBL minutes. And there's franchises watching ahead of next season. Maybe he's had enough of Rapid League. scored all the points.
Yep. He's like, what else do you want me to do there? That's definitely another thing probably going through these players' minds. Tane Murray from the corner. 10 threes he had against the Saints. Does not need an invitation to shoot it.
Great find from Jordan Nartite. Here's McKenzie. Rosetto on him. 3 more in reply from Harry Pizzette. Pizzette's getting ready to chip back into the game for the Fire. Here's Nartite in front of his own bench. That one goes in. That's raining trays.
It is, and from that spot in particular.
Kenzie looking for someone to hand it off to. Then she finds Tippinette. He puts up a step back high arcing 3 off to the left. And Bazant comes into the game for Stoddart. Conscious effort from Matt Lacey to keep fresh legs out there. Looks like, Crystal, they are rotating
yes, they have
regularly.
They do. They have 2 big games. Obviously, focusing on this one right now. But also, Stoddart has been out with injury, so I want to look after him should this playoff run come to life. Rosetto.
Wow, he is tougher than Woodpecker's lips. The work he just did there from the screen, rolling, getting the offensive board, manhandling Zach McKenzie. And the Nuggets use their BNZ player timeout late in the first quarter, trailing 35-19. Rosetto going to work. The old Tim Duncan elbow chicken wing.
Then did he just knock that out with his head as well? No, Rosetto, let's talk about the fact that he's already won a championship with his team over in Germany. He's come home, he's got that hunger, he's got that winning desire, and clearly trying to get it done for the Five.
Well, winning's addictive. And he'll be chasing that now. That's the Pacey. Looking to drop it in. Tarangi almost losing it. Can't look like it might have come off his size 13s. It has. It will be Nuggets possession. That's Pacey curling off the inbound. Shot clock and game clock the same. So the fight. Let's run it down and settle for the last shot of this first quarter. Six on the clock. Rosetto. I was going to say elevates from mid-range, but he didn't. Barely jumped over a credit card. McKenzie comes down with a rebound. Fires it off into the rafters. And that's the first quarter of action. A frenetic, fast and furious first quarter of action here in Tauranga. 35-19, the Phi lead. Second quarter coming up after the break. Welcome back to second quarter. Just seconds away here from the QEYC in Tauranga Wednesday night hoops to tip off round 16, the final round of the regular season in the NZNBL. And why not settle down and enjoy it with a large Nona pizza, courtesy of our friends at Sal's, and courtesy of your well-earned $35. Scan the QR code on screen, or use the online code Sal's Basketball 26. Second quarter underway. And if you're just joining us, the Nuggets have locked in 5th position in the NZNBL. Nothing to play for them tonight, so Coach Sparrow running the youngsters. Got a whole host of frontline players either out or sitting on the bench. Meanwhile, the Fire got it all to play for. Their survival in the 2026 season as Ngatai puts up a 3. Great defense from Pat Tippany.
Right, great box out, making space for his teammate to come in and grab that rebound. Person that's been going to work is McKenzie, loses it there.
Matt Lacey just had to, as nicely as he could, scream at a moppet to get off the court, and he has a little smile about it to his team.
Oh man, that kid's face is as pink as the Rapid League Fire uniforms.
He was just doing his job. Oh, there's Harry Bazette with a 3-ball from the wing.
Harry Bazette up to 9 points with that one.
Tarangi, the Nuggets sitting in their zone. Ngatai hands it to his long-time Tallbacks teammate, and Ruben Tarangi, easy as you like, just drains the 3.
Ruben Tarangi, the leading scorer for this Fire squad, 22 points per game, 32% from 3.
Chisholm loses it. Tarangi around the back over halfway. Saxon getting ready to check in. Oh, drops it off to Rosetto. It's copping a lot of contact. That is Zach McKenzie's first foul. That could have been his 3rd or 4th, as I think Anzac Rosetto will attest to. He's playing a physical game, but he's been getting away with it, so good on him. He's going to take a break.
Yeah, Jeff Sparrow won't be mad that that's the case. Definitely needs his squad out there. But Rosetto has been eating to start this match. He's got 7 points so far and 100% from the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
Misses that one.
I think he's going to miss it just so he doesn't get subbed.
Are you saying that from experience?
Maybe. Nah.
Saxon ready to come on, and he will now.
He's a good teammate. There you go.
(41-22). The Fire know all about playing undermanned. Smiler spins. Nice defense from Saxon. Game earlier this season where the Fire had a whole bunch of players away on national duty or through injury. Copped a pretty heavy loss, as we know, Crystal.
Yes, it was not pretty for the Fire, but you know what it is Cole Hopoi around the rim. Great take with the reverse.
And they've got a chance to inflict that sort of pain on this Nuggets team tonight, and they need to for their playoff implications. As that 3-ball rattles around in and out. Saxon comes down with it. Tarangi looking to thread it through to Hopoi.
Right idea. Cole Hopoi had a deep seal against Tyson Tatspaese down low. But since that first play of the game, when we saw Ruben Tarangi really go at Tyson Tatspaese, he's done a great job at pulling the chair, really playing the mind game inside with these bigger Fire opposition.
Kind of smarter at the top. McKenzie didn't get much of a break. He's back into the game. Oh, Chisholm puts up the 3. Saxon comes down with rebound number 2.
Oak Chisholm still yet to make a 3. That was his 5th attempt. Stoddart searching.
inside to Tarangi. That size mismatch over Thatapaisi, comes away with 2 points.
The Whai really just worked for that. Ruben Tarangi did a good job of getting outside the keyhole, getting back in, resealing for that catch.
Thatapaisi looking to return the favour. And he draws a foul off Ruben Tarangi.
See Masters check back in the game. For Ruben Tarangi. Have another look at this take from Tyson Thatapaisi. Came off, got that mismatch, that switch, liked who was in front of him, went at it, but Zach McKenzie also had a really good seal on the backside as well and good rebound positioning. So a good combination going between those two out of the pick and roll.
Timeout called by Coach Sparrow. Do you reckon we're going to see Alan Louis Boytock out there at all? They obviously started the game, they had to logistically because they weren't allowed to start rapidly.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a risk. I don't see any blacks here, so you don't want to put them back out cold if they've been sitting for a little while. But, you know, I'm going to say no.
They might have to, I guess, if foul trouble or
if something like that was to come up, or positionally maybe. But you're already down this much, and we haven't seen Jeff Sparrow look their way at all.
Good bit of energy in the building. You can probably hear at home. Last home game of the season for these Tauranga fans.
Does their school start late over here? Is it not first week back?
A lot of youngsters, which is great to see. Last time they can see the men's Whai team, 2026. See the reigning champ Tauihi team from September onwards.
Tyson Thatapaisi get us back underway with that free throw. Coming into today, I was like, you know, this game feels like a potential trap for the Whai. They're at home for the last game. They're stacked with Tall Blacks that are back in the mix. They've got the roster that they want, you know. But they did lose to the Nuggets the last time, and the Nuggets have thrown different defenses at them. I'm interested to see what adjustments Jeff Sparrow will continue to make as this game goes.
He's clearly using this as a coaching moment, isn't he, for this young crew? And no better way to learn than in the heat of it as Masters puts up a deep three. Saxon fighting for the rebound, but it's Chisholm with a good box out who comes down with it. Earns that one. McKenzie has a mismatch, fires it back. Chisholm, three ball. In and out. Good look though.
He has had some great looks and been right there.
Stoddart. Saxon diving. McKenzie right up in Stoddard's grill. Oh, he threads it through. A tennis ball through it. Great as Saxon goes to work and comes up with it. Nice find from Nick Stoddart.
Good decision by Saxon to spin back away from the defense, away from the shot blocker to get that up off the glass. Smiler on the break.
Oh, the steps from Smiler.
Hey, get a step.
A generous one. And you can hear, potentially, I don't know if you can hear it at home, but I can hear nothing but Coach Sparrow willing his young Chargers into some defensive intensity. Well, they've done well. They forced Tane Murray to shoot one from way beyond the three-point line. So a good defensive set there as Pat Tiffany comes back into the game.
I like this intensity from him as a coach. You know, he's not looking at the score. He's playing one possession at a time. He's going to react at what he's seeing right there in that moment, regardless of, you know, how the game goes.
And if you're a youngster and you know, oh, I'm only playing because we're already locked in and the big dogs aren't playing, you're not just being out there being left to do whatever you need to do. He is working you like he worked you as if this was a grand final. So you're getting the full experience of playing the South NBL.
Right, absolutely. And, you know, he's in his first year coaching with the Nuggets, so potentially looking at seasons to come too and getting these players used to a system, like you said, the game reps. It's a difference between getting training reps, even rapid league reps. I can tell you from experience, getting into the main game and getting the reps in real time against legitimate Tall Blacks is legit. It's a treat. And they are fired up.
What about the other way around? When you are one of those experienced Tall Blacks and you get a nuggety, excuse the pun, a nuggety youngster coming in trying to prove themselves to their coach, and your room today, you go, man, I don't need this tonight.
Right, how many welcome to the league moments do I need to give?
Murray Hopoi, Ngatai, Stoddart and Saxon come out of the timeout for Matt Lacey in the fight. Mackenzie, Bizet, Jene Tipene, Smiler and Chisholm for the Nuggets. Moller, Ruspatch unavailable for tonight's game. Bardsley too, Boomer as well. Christian Martin away with the 3x3. Martin might have got away with a travel there. We call it Nicole Hopoi instead.
Karma.
These youngsters putting a shift out there. A lot of them just played a lot of rapidly. What a find from Caleb Smiler. Harry Bizet right under the hoop. Does the rest.
It's a great cut by Bizet off the ball. The Nuggets, with Mackenzie playing outside, they don't really have a true presence in the paint, so this off-ball cuts, the back doors, gives the Nuggets a different look.
Saxon called for good old-fashioned hook on the baseline. Third foul for Keani Saxon. No Nick Tata anymore for Matt Lacey. The old thank you for your time post on socials last week.
I think it was a great decision to bring in the likes of Rossetto and Saxon. The points, the efficiency on the stat sheet is a clear difference that you can see since they've been brought in.
Great cut from Tipene, and he comes away with 2 points. On the other end, he commits a foul on Stoddart.
That'll be his first team foul, third team foul. Sorry, make that the second team foul.
Bazant right into the paint. Fall away, rangy fall away, doesn't drop. Smiler pushing the pace. Tipene this time with a running floater. Gets his own rebound. And here's the smallest man on the court by some way. As Chisholm finally gets a 3-ball to go. He'll feel pretty good about that one.
He absolutely will. He's like, finally! 1 from 7. He's had great looks. Has had all the time and space to line it up. Finally gets the job done. Have another look. Steps right into it with confidence. That's the shooting confidence you need to have.
And there's a timeout from the fight. And as Jeff Sparrow takes a seat, Matt Lacey has not taken a seat. I mentioned this last game I commentated, Crystal. There is a rule in the NBL, and it's mainly for us here at Sky. If there's a stand-up timeout, you cannot put a camera in it or a microphone in it.
Okay.
Because essentially, coach is about to just go to town on his players. So Matt Lacey not happy with what he's seen, hence the stand-up timeout.
What a great call by Sky on that one to keep that like that, because there have been some times we've gotten in there and some...
Well, it gives the coach that power right to go, because, you know, they don't want to swear on TV and you know, they know there's kids watching, so it gives them that chance, that power to stand up and be like, right, I know there's no camera or microphone in here.
Right, keeps the huddle tight as well, keeps them all locked in.
And as if you're a player walking over, I imagine you go, uh-oh.
I mean, you'd hope you're somewhat of a tall coach where you can see them in the eye, because looking up at players sometimes can be quite intimidating. JB from deep.
And it be intensity that Matt Lacey wants to see. Smiler's got to get it over halfway. Tauranga making that hard for them. Here's Tipene showing off the handles and on the baseline. Back to Mackenzie, who's been busy and active for the Nuggets in both forms of the game so far this evening. Rossetto bites on the Smiler pump fake. Mackenzie almost with the tidy up job. Eventually Rossetto comes down with the rebound number 6 for Anzac late in the second quarter. A charge foul called on Tay Murray, and Pat Juni-Tepene is pumped, as pumped as his coach, who is strutting up and down the sideline, but he is pumped.
I mean, if you're a Nuggets fan, you're pumped, but I don't know if I love that call. Looks like an arm extension on that angle from the replay.
Outside cops a pretty heavy screen in the backcourt. Smiler loses the ball. We've got Rossetto dribbling it up. Outside regains his composure, but throws it only as far as Caleb Smiler, who recovers just in time. McKenzie can't get the finish.
When I spoke about earlier about this game feeling like a trap for the fight, it's moments like that. You know, Anzac Rossetto has a clear advantage inside.
Rossetto is going to go to work on McKenzie, up with the left, chops it in. He can't not
himself.
Celebrate every basket. Anzac Rossetto, we love him for it. And for all the endeavour and for all the intent from the Nuggets and for all the frustration it's causing the Phi. The Phi still lead 49-33. So we won't take away from that what is so important to them, and why you can probably hear Matt Lacey bellowing not far from us as Zach McKenzie has a nice turnaround jumper against his former team. As they need the biggest points differential they can get to give themselves the best chance of snaking that number 6 spot. As Jaden Bazant adds to it by 3. Zach McKenzie just called to his coach for a timeout, please, and just got the head shake back from the head coach. Stay in it, Zach, was the words.
And they already used their PNZ player timeout, so he can't call one of his own.
And a minute to go in this second quarter as Nuggets are running shallow tonight. Chisholm runs into Rossetto. You don't want to do that, young man. And Bazant does the rest around the screen for 2 points.
JB blows my mind all the time at how he's able to be crafty around the rim, get his shots off over longer, taller players. That time shows us the mistiming for the shot blocker. Juni-Tepene can't connect.
Ngatai just slows things down. There's about a 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock to finish this first half. A foul, Harry Bazette with the intentional one to get the subs in. Fred Oppenhaus, Tyson Tatapaesi. As we see JB with the finish. And here he is, Bazette. Six on the shot clock, over the top to Tarangi, and he's fouled by Harry Bazette. We're looking for Tate Murray, and they have to chuck it over top to Tarangi. 6 seconds to go. Murray and Tatapaesi are tangled up out there. Tarangi goes straight through Oak Chisholm and comes away with 2 points. And that's half time, and wow, what a frenetic and crazy first half of basketball here. The Phi have it all to play for as they hunt for that 6th spot on the South's NBL ladder. The Nuggets are locked into 5th, but not for lack of intent and intensity from the Nuggets. They have made it a tough one so far, despite that scoreline, 56-35 in favour of the Phi. Very shortly we're going to hear from Anzac Rossetto and Harry Bazette. Just get set up. Anzac Rossetto leading the way with 10 points and 6 rebounds, and he is with Crystal Ledger-Walker.
Cool. I'm here with Anzac Rossetto of the Phi. You've been killing it in the paint. Break down that first half for me.
Yeah, the boys are finding me, that's about it. They've got a lack of depth inside, so we're trying to take advantage of that.
Awesome, and what do you think Coach Matt Lacey is about to say to you in this locker room?
Yeah, keep going. We need a points differential to get into the finals, so that's what we're trying to run with. And yeah, their players are out, so let's run it up.
Okay, awesome. Best of luck with that. And I also have Bazette here from the Nuggets. Break down that first half for me from the Nuggets' point of view.
Yeah, we just have that next man up mentality with all that injuries out and sickness as well. Yeah, we just got to keep outworking them like we're doing all season.
Awesome. And then to get this one in the second half, what do you need to do?
Just keep working hard, flowing, talking on defense, all the simple things.
Awesome. Best of luck for the second.
Cheers.
So an undermanned Otago side making it hard for the fight. But not hard enough just yet at half-time as the Fire lead 56-35. We'll be back with the half-time stats after the break here on Sky Sport. Welcome back to Tauranga. You join us at the end of a thrilling game of, what was the name of that game?
Musical chairs.
Musical chairs, absolute mind blank. I was too engrossed in the game. There's a young lady who won herself a Tauranga Whai hoodie. Good times on a Wednesday night. Hugh Benton here alongside Crystal Ledger-Walker as round 16 of the NZNBL is well and truly underway. The final round of the regular season. Half-time between the Whai team looking to scrape their way into the top six and the Nuggets team comfortable in the knowledge that they will be playing finals basketball in 2026. And there's the Chemist Warehouse tab on the tape.
Yes, there we see Anzac Rosetto at the top of that Chemist Warehouse breakdown. We just heard him talk about the advantage they have in size inside, and we see the Whai really getting it in that way. And Ruben Tirangi also with 10 in the double digits, the only two in double digits for this game. Anzac Rosetto also dominating the boards with 5. Ngatai getting in the mix. Sorry, Anzac Rosetto with 6. Jordan Ngatai with 5. Wow, can I read? Hump day. Mackenzie with 3, and Ruben Tirangi and Saxon also getting in on the glass. Ngatai 6 assists. He's been really unselfish this game really got his team going. He knows exactly what they're playing for and the momentum that you need to build at this time of the season. Also leading the way with 2 steals.
Jordan Arte key to really everything that Whai do. Chemist Warehouse, thanks to them, the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL. 16-6 in favour of the Whai at half-time. They also have a 10 rebound lead as well, 24-14. So everything going their way, yet somehow, Crystal, it doesn't feel like it. I know it's 56-35, that's a 21-point lead, but they are frustrated still with how they're being guarded by this Nugget side, this young Nugget side. Matt Lacey's already had a stand-up timeout to give him a bit of a serve. I'm sure it wasn't the prettiest half-time for them either. 21-point lead, it shows just how intent they are on building this score up.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw it, like how frustrated they are at each other, but the Nuggets, they're not playing with any of their starters. So the fact that they're competing and, you know, staying in this game and having moments, flashes of momentum their way, yeah, it's definitely frustrating with what the Whai are aiming for.
Well, third quarter could be different as we see the young Whai players. And Jaden Percent look to add to
he's a youngster.
56-35 lead that they currently hold. Third quarter coming up your way on Sky Sport after the break. See you then. Well, the third quarter just over a minute away here in the QEYC in Tauranga. As Coach Sparrow talks to his troops, his undermanned troops, but it's their own decision, really, as they lock into fifth spot. And we talked a lot really about who is missing, and Ethan Rusbatch, Craig Moller, Matt Bardsley, Liam Boomer, Christian Martineau, who is genuinely away with 3x3. But also, they started the game, obviously, with Boy Talk and Alan Louis, subbed them off after 37 seconds. What we haven't mentioned is Isaac Miller-Jose, who played the entirety of the Rapid League game.
Yep.
That was his first Rapid League minutes of the entire season, and has played 0 minutes of the South NBL.
Yeah, we did speak about that. We know you can't be an import and compete in the Rapid League, but they did have enough, right, of Kiwis. But interesting, strategic.
No, I guess not, because they could have put Isaac on for 37 seconds and taken him off like they did with the...
Right.
Who knows? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's just interesting as the Nuggets are bringing all the roster gymnastics out on the final game of the regular season. And they've earned that right by locking in a playoff spot already. The Fight haven't done so yet. And they need as big a scoreline as they can get, and some, and they need a win against the Giants on Saturday night as well. Ngatai right down Main Street. McKenzie with the help from the weak side, but not enough. Ngatai gets the first points of the second half.
But you can see already the adjustment that Jeff Sparrow had made at halftime, at least against Anzac Rosetto. We saw the double come, and that's what opened up the other 5 players off the ball.
That's Paesi drops it into McKenzie. Oh, Tarangi. Looks like an AFL player. Halfway up the back of McKenzie. Cool for the foul.
That'll be his second personal foul. Zach McKenzie putting in a shift tonight.
That's quite a smart little play from Tarangi once he realised he was caught in the edge, pushing himself, and McKenzie putting a little distance between them so he didn't land on him. The veteran moves even when he's fouling people.
Right. Don't want to get any injuries off things like that. Probably one of the most frustrating things when you're playing against inexperienced or non-basketballers is the random other things that they bring. Rosetto through 2, down low.
Basket won't count on Rosetto. 3 in the key. I believe the call was 3 seconds. Just a question from Matt Lacey to the referee. I understand the other coach is yelling things at you, but it doesn't mean they're all true. There's Oak Chisholm.
Oh, I think he was also talking about Tane Murray getting a warning from the refs as well for talking too much. These Nuggets players getting into the bodies and frustrating the fight. They're undersized, but they are winning some battles.
There's another 3 in the key call on Anzac Rosetto. And that one I'll buy. That one was 4 or 5.
And you can feel the frustration. You know the fight, you know they're desperate. Playing for, as you've mentioned, a lot of different things than the Nuggets, so it's more on the line, more care, potentially.
Bizet 3-ball. Rebounded by Murray. The second rebound for Tane. 9 points so far, coming off a 44-point explosion against the Wellington Saints in the losing effort. Rosetto. Oh, he surveyed his options for a while there and then put a delightfully weighted lob pass over the top to Tarangi.
Did he survey his options or did he just survey that one option?
Well, I thought he was going to put the ball on the floor and go himself for a while there.
All right, have a little step back, pull back.
Ngatai trying to slap it away from Kenneth Smilo, draws a foul. Stunner, a little flex from the young man as well as he comes away with 2 points on a trip to the Chemist Warehouse.
Caleb Smiley, great change of pace. Have another look at this, gets in the lane, gets to that weak side of the rim for the finish.
Waikato product.
He is from a very talented Smiler family. Kaylee Smiler, Torfern. I think actually she played for the Phi.
This is his 3-pointer. Jordan Ngatai puts him in jail almost the entire way up the court. And the bounds that goes. It will be Phi possession.
Okay, kept
Geordie just wondering if there was going to be a foul called for that ride he gave him up the court.
Caleb Smiler peeled off on the end. In the end.
On that. Sorry, I should say Tarangi trading the 3-ball from the inbound. It's been a physical game, but the rest have let it be physical at both ends of the court, Crystal. So I think the coaches don't really have too much to complain about so far. Matt McKenzie's been one of the most physical. That was him setting the screen for Chisholm. Tarangi with the board.
Great defense by Ngatai on that to challenge without fouling, to make his presence known from behind.
Here's Tarangi the other end in the low block. Not going to work here. Yeah, beautiful from Tarangi. Can't get the finish, but he'll get the trip to the line.
This is what you call intentional basketball from the Whai, getting it to their mismatches, whoever they're going at on that defensive end. This time, Ruben Tarangi choosing to go at Chisholm. Now that's the other risk the Nuggets are playing, running with a limited squad, the foul trouble. Jeff Sparrow trying to manage that.
Here's Smiler, he's got 3 fouls. McKenzie, good hand from Ngatai. Stoddard rises high for the rebound.
Yeah, great contest by Ngatai. Such a good blue player. And once again, into Ruben Tarangi, making the most of his size.
He looks to drop it off to Rossetto. Ngatai cleans it up. He'll go to work, 5 on the shot clock. John Ngatai, that's pretty work. Oh, a little miscommunication there. Fred Oppenhaus in the wide open court, but he just loses position.
There is just so much going on with this game between
it's chaos.
Players talking to the refs on this side, Jeff Sparrow barking orders on the other, and then all the fans being busy bees on the side.
We see how chaotic Rapid League is, like in a lovable and a great and an exciting way, because you've got 2 groups of youngsters just going hammer and tongs at each other for 16 minutes. What we have now is a Rapid League team doing that up against a team that, you know, includes a couple of lads who've been Tall Blacks for decades,
right.
and some Americans and all sorts. There's one of them, Ruben Tarangi, trading a 3. So that is bringing some chaos. I'm here for it.
It really is.
You add Coach Sparrow into the mix, and then some very loud kids behind us, Crystal. It's all going on.
I mean, when I took my headset off earlier to do those interviews, Jeff Sparrow is dominating this gym in terms of everybody in here can hear exactly what he's saying. The refs can hear it. The players can hear it. He's calling out the Whai's offense before they even run it. Zach McKenzie once again.
He clattered Kearney Saxon on his way through for that rebound. He comes away with 2 points. Oh, Ruben Tarangi on a heater now in the last few minutes. Timeout for the Nuggets. And through all this chaos, the calmest man in the building is, as ever, that man there, Ruben Tarangi.
Oh, he goes just out of screen, but there, he's such a cool, calm collector, doesn't show much on his face. But I saw the little side eye to Jeff Sparrow, like, hey, take a seat, I'm the one playing the game out here.
19 points for a man who celebrated his 200th NBL game in this building just a few weeks ago. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 for Rubes.
Look, I love Jeff Sparrow's, you know, intensity, the presence he brings in the room, but it really would get under vet skins having someone yell out the scout, exactly what moves you're going to break down, all of those little things. If only he was on the fans MVP.
Oh, you love
we
it.
We could get some coaches up in the mix.
I think you nailed it. You love it as a neutral. It's great fun. And obviously he's more than just a sideshow on the court. He's a very good coach. And he's proven that with how the Nuggets are played and when he was the assistant there similarly. So he's more than just that intensity and that sideline show. But we talked recently, I think, Chris, you and I were doing a game, and we talked about Mike Fitchin. I think we were talking about his history in the league and his knowledge and how he can appreciate putting Zach Rampton on in the Brian Rampton Memorial game and things like that. And so Ruben Tarangi, Jordan Arte, who also have that history in the league, will be looking at someone like that going, hey, settle down, big man.
Right.
This is my 205th game in the league. Great move straight at the timeout. Came with Smiler. Everything but the finish. Tarangi with rebound number 6.
No, they'll definitely be wanting their respect. Start out straight back to Ruben Tarangi, who's been hot.
That one just off. Got to play us in with a nice box out. Taps the rebound to Zach McKenzie. Zach McKenzie, who has played a lot of basketball tonight, all 16 minutes of the Rapid League game, and he's in minute number 22 in the NZNBL game.
He's definitely going to need an ice bath after this match.
Straight in the ocean, straight to the mount. Tarangi drops it off to Saxon and almost comes up with a rebound, but it's the Māori Meat Rocket who goes the other way. Patrick Jerne Tipene.
The Māori Meat Rocket.
Oh, hands it off. Smiler. The foul, the finish, and to the line for one more. As Matt Lacey's about to ring the changes with the Zen, Hopoi, Ngatai coming on. Zet and Chisholm coming on for the Nuggets. Zet McKenzie gets a well-earned break as he puffs his way to the bench. A lot of basketball and a lot of physical basketball from Zach McKenzie tonight.
Yeah, and Jeff Sparrow deciding to go with the smaller lineup, taking both him and Oppenhaus off the floor at the same time. Potentially a reactionary sub to both Ruben Tarangi and Anzac Rosetto being out of the game for the Whai.
Hopoi goes straight into Jenny Tipene, the flex with the stop from Pat Tipene. And he's got the business out front, party out the back hairstyle. And he was all business on that defensive end.
And he's got the matching colour headband to suit.
Here he is, ball in hand. Gets right into the paint, burrows his way in, high off the glass, everything but the finish.
Tipene had no fear to get inside and go through bodies. JB with the patience.
Ngatai, mismatch on Tyson Tatapaese. They go over to help. Harry Brissett with the help. Masters looking to throw it into Saxon. Does. Saxon can't get the finish. It rebounds around, and eventually it's Tipene who comes away with it.
Really frustrated about that. It was a great pass by Masters, and Jordan Ngatai shutting that one down.
The old-fashioned way. The old 15-a-side way with the shoulder to Caleb Smiler.
If you don't see me, you're going to feel me.
Tatapaese. Chisholm. Brissett. Out of bounds it goes. Whai possession.
That's Tatapaese thought he was pushed in the back.
They lead by 30. We keep talking about points differential, points percentage.
Yep.
They lost the game by 50 not too long ago. That one we mentioned when they had Ngatai, Tarangi, Stoddart, Murray all out. The Sharks, it was, who really sunk their teeth in that day. Oh, Cole Hopoi elevates and Tauranga throws it down.
That was insane. He got up for that, and if I was a Nugget, I'd run out of the way as well.
Look a bit shell-shocked, the Nuggets, after that play. That's a play. High arcing three brings him right back into the game.
He's up to 10 with that bucket, and he will not shy away from a big moment.
Rosetto getting pulled left, right, and centre by the defence. Keeping his cool pretty well, Anzac Rosetto, because he's getting manhandled every time the defence goes near him, as Cole Hopoi on the replay.
He is doing a good job right now, and Zach McKenzie coming straight back in the game.
Masters. That's some high-scoring game for the Whai in 2026. Has Xander Masters, just 5 points so far tonight. Having said that, they are up by 31, so
Zan Masters, that's a tough take for the lefty, especially against a longer Zach McKenzie. Really has to stretch outside your body to finish over him.
First foul at NZ Rosetto, and they're in the bonus, so Zach McKenzie goes to the line, looking to add to his 11 points, make it 12, 7 rebounds.
Zach McKenzie, one of those guys that can do it all for this Nugget squad. Jordan Ngatai easily passing out of that double.
Ngatai catches it just over half court. Masters driving, spinning, finishing. Beautiful from Xander Masters.
That's tough to get a spin like that with a step back added into the end. Great way to create and make space.
McKenzie looking to drop it off. He does so to Harry Bazat. Scampered along the baseline and finished.
Harry Bazat must have learned that from Bardsley sneaking along behind the defense's eyes.
Rosetto going to work through Zach McKenzie, and eventually there's a whistle. Jasper loving the physicality of his young charge.
I like that physicality too. It's only his second foul. He's doing a good job of really being physical, right? Being physical down low, though, in the body. See, Anzac Rosetto, a more built stature. Anzac Rosetto, a 75% free throw shooter coming in to this game.
We're going to see some Jet Thompson action. As Matt Lacey gives him his final instructions, his first minutes in the NZNBL tonight. Misses the second as Rosetto. Chisholm around the McKenzie screen to the corner. Tiffany leaves that one short. Ngatai comes away with it.
He wipes his hands as he runs past. Might have slipped. Masters won't connect. And Jordan Tiffany tips that to his team.
Out of bounds off Ngatai, tried to save it. And Jet Thompson makes his way onto the court for Jordan Ngatai. Tiffany driving, putting it up high, but leaving it short. Tough to get it over Anzac Rosetto. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bazat off, beautiful pass fake and the finish. He had everyone fooled.
He's just so slow when he does it. It's like the whole game slows down for him whenever he has the ball.
McKenzie still going up with the left.
Up to 15 points with that bucket. Leading the way for the Nuggets.
Bazat, 3 seconds, step back from the mid-range, rattles around and drops as time expires in the third quarter. And it's a big third quarter for the Tauranga Whai. 28 points in it, and they keep keep the Nuggets to 16. And they lead 84-53. With 1 quarter to go here in Tauranga, we'll be back after the break on Sky Sport. Welcome back, fourth quarter about to get underway here in Tauranga Whai with a healthy lead. They need to be healthier, really, for their playoff aspirations. And back underway, Oak Chisholm with the ball. A signature, energetic, enthusiastic team talk at quarter time from Coach Jeff Sparrow. Well, the Meat Rocket steps up, shoots the three ball, leaves it a little bit short, does Patrick Journey-Tippinett. He's getting extended minutes tonight, as are all this young Nuggets roster.
Journey-Tippinett really making the most of his minutes out on the floor. Making the most of their size. Inside is the Whai. Saxon with the great duck in out of the weak side.
And that's when the Whai have been at their best tonight, Crystal, when they've put the distractions to the side. And there's some distractions around. Obviously, the Nuggets playing their rapid league side. Coach Sparrow with his enthusiasm. But when they put it to the side and just play to the mismatches, they've been successful. And I guess that's why they lead by 33 points as Tarangi goes the direct way.
Just about to say that's a really dangerous game. Caleb Smiler is playing with those 3 fouls. That's his 4th early here in this last quarter.
Big Fred Oppenhaus gets up off the bench and onto the court. It's always fun, the last round of the regular season. In recent years, since the NZNBL has really put a stop on its competitive balance, and we've seen it pay off. And there'll be a few coaches with their abacuses out this week, just working out what needs to happen.
Man, not just coaches, fans, me,
your commentators.
A lot of things have to go the right way for a lot of teams.
NZNBL.basketbol if you do want to see what needs to happen. Yeah, Casey is all over it on the NZNBL website. A nice find inside. Oh, Ruben today. I mean, Jordan Nata, I wish he didn't swing the paw at that one. Gives a free possession back to the Nuggets, as that was well on its way out of bounds.
Both Jordan Nata and Ruben Tarangi so active and help side in and out, knowing when their players are assisting when they can. Jet Thompson does a good job of cutting down that cut.
And the bounce pass just needs to be a little less bouncy, didn't it, from Oak Chisholm? So cutting Harry Brissett. Jet Thompson's going to get a run in this fourth quarter. Calculation for the Fire is a simple one. They need to win both their games and win them healthily. They hold the second highest points percentage of the crew trying to make it into the top 6. Second only to the Nelson Giants, who they will play in a sold-out Trafalgar Centre on Saturday night in Nelson, which could be a blockbuster if things have gone the way that the Giants need them to go. Could not be if the Jets get their win and knock the Giants out.
I mean, it's hard to go down and play the Giants at home no matter what time of the season, but especially at this time and especially potentially for their last home game as well.
Some close losses and some good wins in recent weeks for Mike Fitchett's men. Tough team to play right now, as are Matt Lacey's men. Smiler. 2 feet in the paint and firing it back to Chisholm. Zet 3-ball from the wing. Oppenhaus looking to keep it in, but he steps on the baseline.
Good job to hustle and chase that rebound. As we see Stoddart check back in for Thompson. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, that was the first time we'd seen Thompson out on the floor in this Sal's NBL game.
There's 3 minutes of action so far.
And, you know, maybe that's Matt Lacey thinking, we have no idea how this next playoff run or these next games are going to go. I need to, you know, get another point guard in the mix, get them running the show just in case anything happens. And we know Stoddart also has been carrying injuries. So just want to be prepared for any situation that's possibly about to come the Whai's way.
They do have a lot of ball carriers. Ball handlers, the Whai with Bazant, Murray, Stoddart. out-and-out guards, and then you get your Tarangis and your Ngātais who are more than capable of playmaking and bringing the ball up.
And Thompson potentially used for that defensive intensity as well. He's so smart. He's done a great job.
Protects some fouls as well. Stoddard's on 3. Kearney Saxon on 3 also for the fight. Harrison Bazette on 3 for the Nuggets. And as you mentioned, Crystal Cutter Smiler on 4. And out there on the floor with 8 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
And the Nuggets trying something again. A full court press, full court zone press. Back into a switching man.
Tarangi catching it with intent and kissing it off the glass. 27 points for Ruben Tarangi, and now it's the Whai's turn for a bit of pressure off the inbound.
Ruben Tarangi, just quick decision to blow by his defender.
Like Ruben Tarangi started the season off with a hit and a roar, copped an injury, and then came back a little quieter. And it was really that Tall Blacks game against the Philippines that brought him back into life. It was Pat Tippin who's called for the happy feet, the travel.
Well, that's something I will take my hat off to Matt Lacey about, is letting his players go and play. I wouldn't say, can you even stop them from playing Tall Blacks? But, you know, letting them go, have that experience, recruiting them, knowing that that was probably going to be the case. And then understanding that they do come back with a different level of hunger when you go up to that international level and come back down to our national level.
Yeah, there's a trade-off, right, when you recruit players who you know are going to go to international windows. Stoddard 3-ball after a good ball movement from the fight. I mean, the fight, we've spoken about it before, Crystal. Yeah, they're a young franchise. They're building, they're growing fan base as well as culture. Genuinely can't think of too many people better than Jordan Ngātai and Ruben Tarangi to help lead that and build that.
Right, and I think they've just, you know, even in their infancy, really, of joining this league, as we've seen Masters do what he does best, line up a 3. You know, they've had a lot of great things going down here, right from their academies to the caliber of players, New Zealand, local players, role models in the community.
Coaches.
Right, and
as well.
Breakers opportunities, as we've just seen Anzac Rosetto, Ruben Tarangi sign with that team.
Matt Lacey will be the assistant coach as well. One of, so yeah, absolutely.
Right, and now, you know, having legitimate playoff hopes and opportunities, that's massive. Considering how many teams are in this league and how competitive it is.
Smiley gets his first free throw to go.
We've been harping on about the Whai, and I feel like it's right because we're in their home gym, but also the Nuggets, they're trying to get back to that championship type culture that Brett Matahaere had a few years ago.
Well, they got a chance. I mean, they're going to be tough to play in the playoffs. I mean, the Nuggets we're looking at tonight, of course, it's not the Nuggets that are going to take the floor in the playoffs.
Well, not only the star-studded talent they have on their roster, as you see, Kazan, get another. Oh, and the full court press paying off for the Whai. Have another look. Great kick, hammer pass by Masters out to Bazan.
The Nuggets yet to score in this fourth quarter. That'll remain Whai possession. So the Whai are on a 13-0 run, 15-0 run. They made the last shot of the third quarter as well. $17-0 run. I correct myself.
Just make it worse.
Looking to make it a 20-0 run with a pass into Kearney Saxon, who makes it a 19-0 run. We got there in the end.
Saxon has real great touch around the rim. That was a nice little hook. with his stronger right hand. Junior Tiffany being bothered by Thompson. This is the defensive pressure that we spoke about and alluded to earlier.
10 on the shot clock. Smiler sizes up a three-point attempt. It doesn't go in. Masters comes down with it. 102-55. Inside to Saxon they go. He's surrounded by a six-pack of nuggets with a bit of sweet and sour sauce, and they come away with it. Chisholm, good hand from Thompson. And the run continues. Can they add to it the fight?
We've already spoken about this points difference, but the Nuggets taking early shots like that really plays into the Phi's favour. Gives them more possessions, more opportunities to score.
Jet Thompson can't get the three to go. Josh Kelly's going to get his first look at this game tonight off the bench. Thompson making life hard for Chisholm, and it comes off Chisholm's knee. So Josh Kelly will come into the game. Timeout for the Nuggets. Well, so far, despite some few frustrations in the first half from Matt Lacey, you'd say it's gone how he needed it to go. He erased that 50-point loss they had to the Sharks, which would have hurt their points percentage in a big way.
Right, but it's really just about this defense. Can they keep the Nuggets down, stop them from scoring? Because we know he also has high standards for his squad. So he walked off the court there, you can hear him telling JB, be in early, get in that gap, plug it.
We read into Anzac Rosetto and Ruben Tarangi having their shooting shirts back on. Might be the last we see of them tonight. Or maybe they're just the kind of guys who like to keep warm when they go off the court. We've got a parade of children running around this gym.
Hey, that's the way to do it in the last quarter. Tire them out before they get home. This MC knows what he's doing. He's probably got some kids in that mix.
You see him in the background there. Someone's the Pied Piper. Meanwhile, we got just over 4 minutes to go in this. Well, let's call it what it is. Blowout from the fight. It goes out of bounds off Josh Kelly's legs. Flynn Rapson enters the game.
See 3 Mount Maunganui college players out there. Rapson, Hopoi and Kelly.
Flynn Rapson on debut, I believe, in the NZNBL. So special moment for him. Called into the squad late today with Michael Wade out and now playing in the NZNBL.
Great to him, and what a way to do it on your home floor in front of your fan.
Smiler threading it through. Nice find. Harry Brissett does the rest.
It's one thing that has been working great for the Nuggets. Those back doors along the base. Thompson giving them a taste of their own medicine. Great hammer pass to JB on the other side. Having like flip deja vu.
18 points for Jaden Bazan. Well, we're actually finishing the evening how we started it, Crystal, with the rapidly rosters going against each other for 3 minutes this time. Smiler, who's been sitting on 4 fouls for a whole quarter, is putting some points up while he waits to get fouled out, essentially. Go back to the line after a nice move there, spinning, hopping the arm and getting the finish.
Giving the fight a little tap. It's been impressive to watch him be out there with the 4 fouls and play through it. Not only does it change your aggression on the defensive end, what you can go for, but also on the offensive side of things in terms of avoiding charge calls. Make sure you play outside the defense's body.
Thompson around the Hopoi screen. Hopoi giving us the highlight play of the night so far. Bazant fall away. Too strong.
So does such a good job of hunting space out on the floor. Smiler with a head of steam.
Foul called on Josh Kelly.
And that's hard for Josh Kelly, coming in, sitting on the bench for the majority of this game. And going up against Caleb Smiler, who's been very hot and warm. Caleb Smiler up to 13 points with that free throw.
Apologise, not Flynn Rapson's debut tonight. Had 49 seconds earlier in the season.
Okay.
And 1 point.
Yeah, let me hype him up a little bit more. He was named to the All-Star team in the 3-on-3 National Championships earlier this year, where his school actually took out the double. Their girls won it on the female side and the boys won it on the male. Pretty cool feat for this area.
There's Tiffany trying to burrow his way in past Jet Thompson. Chisholm threads it through. Rapson with the hands, comes away with it. Hopboy ahead of him, just slows it down. And then it's to Jet Thompson. Under 2 minutes to go. Nice box out from Jerne Tippene. Tell you what, he plays above his size.
He does, or maybe below it with the box outs, getting into bodies.
Yep. Nothing worse than getting boxed out by someone way smaller than you.
And
to the point where you're almost flipping over them.
Right, not that I can relate to that side of the equation, but then when you go to take it from above and then you get called for the over-the-back foul, the worst.
Oh, yeah. Thompson. He's going to go to work here. Spinning, stepping, good defense from Oppenhaus. Gets a clap from his coach, and here's Pat Tiffany the other way. Oh, shovels it almost to Matt Lacey on the bench as Chisholm had cut.
A little miscommunication by the Nuggets on that possession.
So Tauranga fans bring a bit of energy there last 80 seconds in this building for 2026 until the Tauehi team come back and look to defend the championship. Oppenhaus running the lane, just can't get his hands on it. Here's Bazan. Head on the swivel. Chisholm just rips it out of his hands. This is straight rapidly stuff. Here's Oppenhaus with the rim grazer.
Finally gets it to go. He's had a few opportunities to let loose.
Yeah, a bit of relief, I think, for Big Fred. Five on the shot clock for Bazan. Languid fadeaway of his. He's always got it on his locker. If he doesn't get the lane he needs, he'll just stop and pop and drop it in. So we have a BNZ player timeout.
No, I think as much as Jaden Bazan isn't a youngster by our standards, as we have another look at him working his pivots, getting into that shot. So he's got a lot of years left in him. Because a few years ago, I came and scrimmaged over here, and you know who was at the run? Obviously Byron Vaitoe, who's a legend, but also JB's dad. And can I tell you, he was giving me buckets.
He's only 30 years old, JB. Yeah, you're right. He has plenty of years left in him.
I hope so.
Out of St John's College in Hamilton. On his third NBL club. Bit of time in the Breakers as well. Started with the Jets, went to the Bulls, and now with his close to hometown Whai.
Here we see the Whai. Let's get in there. Last few looks. Rapson. Oh, can't get it to go, just short, and Kelly called for that reach behind foul.
So important games still to come in the South NBL. The Saints, who still have a chance for third place, albeit not the most realistic chance, as Kelly prevents a highlight play. But Bazette still comes down with the points. And Bazette will look to have the final say on this big win for the Tauranga Whai. And a much-needed one as they try and make it into the playoffs. Whai 107, Nuggets 66. Well, Boy Tok and Alan Louise suited up. They played 37 seconds before they were unceremoniously ripped out of the game. And the youngsters went to work for the Nuggets. And there's Ruben Tarangi, who is our game MVP. Finished with 27 points, 9 of 11 from the field, 81% from the field for Ruben Tarangi, 4 from 5 from three-point land, good enough for 80%. 5 from 8 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. And just the 1 turnover for the Tall Blacks veteran. And we're going to hear from the captain of the Tauranga Whai very shortly. Jaden Bazette, who is with Crystal Ledger-Walker.
Cool. I'm here with JB of the Whai. Just break down what that game means to you guys in terms of your playoff hopes and how that felt.
Yeah, well, definitely a must-win for us. So it's good to get that one. And yeah, our backs are against the wall, so we just had to come out and compete really hard.
Yeah, and Matt Lacey said before the game, you guys have already started your playoff run kind of mentality. Just tell me what the vibe's like for the team, and especially going into a tough Giants place.
I think it's just extra locked in. The guys are doing the little 1%ers, taking care of their body off the court, and just really trying to lock in during practice.
Nice. And sorry, last one before I let you go. I wanted to say you're back to like vintage, JB. You finished with 20 in that one. How did you feel? How did you get loose?
I was just playing my game, you know. Sometimes they drop, sometimes they don't, but tonight they dropped, thankfully, so yeah, it was good.
Okay, awesome. I'll let you enjoy it. Good win.
Thank you.
Jaden was out looking more like Mother Teresa by the end of that interview. Thanks, JB. Yeah, a big win and a much-needed win for the Tauranga Whai. And they send their fans off in style at the end of their regulation season, and they'll be hopeful they can get to the playoffs. Ruben Tarangi, your game MVP, 27 points. Jaden Bazant, who we just heard from, with 20. And Zach Brizzetto having to go through a lot of physicality for his 12. And Xander Masters, a relatively quiet night for him, but hey, in a 107-66 win, doesn't matter so much. How about sharing the rebounds, the Whai?
Right, all getting in on the action inside. Absolutely dominated the paint and the glass in tonight's matchup. Then we see Jordan Atai getting it done with assists as well. 8 seems to be the lucky number. He had that many in that category. Ruben Tarangi, Stoddart finished with 5. And then we see just 1 block per team. In our last one, the steals. Caleb Smiler, the only Nugget to pick pockets and come away with 2. And Jordan Natai finished with 2 as well. But overall, job done for the Whai on their home court.
And they improved to 7-12 and joined the Mana with 2 Jets there. And with the better points percentage, they will currently take the 6th spot. But the Jets can respond on Friday night against the Bulls. The Bulls with their own aspirations to make it into the top 6. That's after the Hawks, whose season is done. They're the only team that can say that. Take on the Saints, who still have a faint chance of taking 3rd place, but are locked into the playoffs nonetheless. The Saints back in action against the Sharks, who really want that top spot on Saturday afternoon from the capital. The Saints will want to spoil the party there for sure. And then what could be an absolute blockbuster on Saturday night from the Trafalgar Centre, the Giants taking on the Whai.
It will be a blockbuster. I'm speaking that into existence.
Well, even if the Giants are out because the Jets have got their win, it's still a massive game for the Whai, who will need to go and win big to try and steal that 6. So either way, it will be a big game. Well, there's Jaden Bazant and Jaden Bazant Jr., which is great to see as the Tauranga Whai finish their season at home. And they're about to do some club awards, it seems. But for us at Sky Sport, myself, Hugh Bain, and Crystal Ledger-Walker, thank you for your company this evening as round 16 of the NZNBL is underway with a win to the Whai, 107-66 over the Otago Nuggets.